Hi, welcome to Modern Day Deborah, Voice for the Voiceless. My name is Michelle. Thank you for tuning into my channel. If you've been watching the videos that I have uploaded for the past few nights, you know that I am in the middle of a series entitled 10 Days, 10 Warning Signs, and 10 Scriptures, where for the next, 3 days now, I will be bringing a warning sign. I have brought a warning sign every day for the past 7 days. Tonight we're on warning sign number 8. And I'm doing this series entitled 10 Days, 10 Warning Sign, 10 Scriptures in honor of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. For those of you that watch my videos or have subscribed to my channel, you know that I am a domestic violence victim advocate. And so in honor of it being Domestic Violence Awareness Month, I wanted to do a video on the warning signs that you are in an abusive relationship, or that your relationship or that your partner is abusive. So tonight I'm going to be talking about isolation. Warning sign number 8 is isolation. So in a healthy relationship, you would be meeting and socializing with each other's, you and your partner would be meeting and socializing with each other's family and friends together, with the freedom to also socialize with them independently. In an unhealthy or abusive relationship, the abuser slowly and subtly severs all emotional ties except the one with him. So you want to be mindful of that. If he starts, slowly and subtly severing all your relationships, then you want to pay attention to that. That's a red flag. Listen to your family and your friends if they tell you that something is not right about him. Something is not right about him. Something is not right about his behavior towards you. Something is not right about his behavior towards them. Pay attention to your family and friends, because they probably will detect that before you will. Sometimes when we're in the middle, when we're in it, we can't see it. And specifically, it may seem romantic and cute at first. It's difficult to detect, because in a healthy relationship, that's normal. But in an abusive relationship, when your partner only wants you to spend all of your time with them, your time is solely spent with them, that's a red flag. And he doesn't, to the exclusion of all your other relationships, he just wants you to spend time with him. That's a red flag. That's a warning sign that he could be isolating you from your family and your friends. Does he use jealousy, guilt, or other types of emotional manipulation? Domestic violence is when an individual uses certain tactics to try to establish and maintain power and control in your relationship, in their relationship with their partner. They will use all these different tactics to try to establish and maintain power and control in the relationship. So if he's isolating you from your family and friends, a lot of these behaviors you may not detect, because you may see them as something, like I said, oh, that's cute, that's romantic. He just wants me to spend all my time with him. But if you've listened to some of the other videos, I talk about how specifically when they're verbally abusing you and emotionally abusing you, putting you down, calling you names, humiliating you, making you feel bad about yourself, those are all tactics to keep you in that relationship, because they will beat you down emotionally and psychologically to the point that you don't even feel like you could leave if you wanted to. You don't even have the mindset to leave. They make you feel like you couldn't leave. They make you feel like, you ain't never going to be nobody. You ain't never going to be anything without me. You need me. Ain't nobody ever going to want you. All these things that they're saying to you over a period of time, you may start to believe these things. But it is an effort to maintain power and control in that relationship. And one of the things that they will do, one of the tactics that they will use, is to isolate you from your family and your friends. Specifically, if they have warned you about him, and specifically if they've said, something ain't right about him. Something ain't right about his behavior. That he definitely is not going to want you to be around any of your family and friends that can see right through him. They know that something ain't right. Does he use jealousy, guilt, or other types of emotional manipulation? Does he make you feel guilty because you enjoy spending time with your family and your friends? And he might say something like, you care more about your family and your friends than you do for me. You know, just to manipulate you and make you feel guilty so that you start spending less and less time with your family and your friends. And if you find that you're doing that, spending less and less time with your family and your friends just to prove your love to him, that is a major red flag. That is a major red flag. He is trying to isolate you from your family. And it also shows that he has controlling and manipulative behavior. Does he check on you constantly? It's normal for both partners in a committed relationship to know the other's plans and to check on them occasionally. But when checking in turns into constant surveillance, this could be a sign that your partner is trying to isolate you. For example, he may call you every hour or more frequently or text you the entire time that you are away. They may get angry or abusive if you don't return a call or text instantaneously. Now, I use this example. I think it was when I was talking about extreme jealousy. It was either extreme jealousy or controlling behavior. When I talked about how you might be out having a girls' night out with your girlfriends, and he's just constantly calling you, texting you, blowing your phone up. Now, he knows where you're at, but he's constantly calling you, texting you, blowing your phone up. And these text messages start getting more and more aggressive, more and more abusive. But you at some point, you just, you're not going to even be able to enjoy yourself if you have to constantly keep checking your phone and texting him back. So after a while, when you don't text him back instantly, then he starts getting more angry. And then, like I said, the text messages start getting more aggressive and more abusive. And then he unexpectedly shows up to give you a ride or say he just checking in on you. And you know what that means. You know what that means. I've had victims who say that their partners have tracking devices on a tracking device app on their phone. And he says, oh, it's just so I need to know where you're at. And if something ever happens, I know where to find you. That all sounds sweet and, and kind and everything. Like he's very loving and protective. But does he have a app on his phone where you can track him? Does he have a tracking device on his phone so you know where he's at all times? Probably not. But when he shows up where you're at, because he's been calling you, texting you, and you ain't answering your phone. You're not texting him back, instantly. And now he's showing up where you're at. And you already know specifically if he has these other behaviors: uncontrollable anger, extreme jealousy, controlling behavior. And now, you know that he's trying to isolate you from your family and friends. These behaviors, combination of these behaviors is major red flag. But then he's physically abusive to you. And for a fact when you get home, that's what's getting ready to happen. You are in a very dangerous situation, and you need to seek help on how to get out immediately. And I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video. If he doesn't want you to have a job, or if you do have a job, he is constantly accusing you of cheating with somebody on your job, or he calling your job constantly, and then you get in trouble because he's constantly calling and disrupting your work. These are all signs that your partner does not want you to have the freedom to socialize with friends and family outside of the relationship with him. I'm going to say that again. These are all signs that your partner does not want you to have the freedom to socialize with friends and family outside of the relationship with him. He wants you all to himself. Does he monitor all of your forms of communication? Monitoring your communication with the outside world is another form of control and may be a sign of isolation as well as emotional abuse. Your partner may insist that you share email addresses and give him the passwords to all of your social media accounts. And again, I guarantee you, he's not going to give you the password to all of his social media accounts and all of his email addresses. Just be very mindful. Domestic violence is a pattern of behavior. Check for the pattern. And like I said, if he is doing these things, isolating you, and he has extreme jealousy, he's extremely jealous, he has controlling behavior, he has uncontrollable anger, and he is physically abusive to you, that is a very dangerous situation that you are in. It is a very lethal combination, and you should seek help on how to get out of that situation immediately. He may even insist on reading all of your text messages and tell you what you can and what you cannot say. That is definitely a red flag. That is extremely controlling behavior. I want to do the scripture before I forget. The scripture for tonight is Philippians 2:3. The Passion Translation says, "Be free from pride-filled opinions, for they will only harm your cherished unity. Don't allow self-promotion to hide in your hearts, but in authentic humility, put others first and view others as more important than ourselves." So if you are in an abusive relationship and you want to get out, understand that leaving can be the most dangerous time. So you want to make sure that you contact a victim advocate in your area, because victim advocates can help you develop a safety plan so that you and your kids can leave safely. Most police departments, sheriff departments, women's centers, domestic violence shelters all have victim advocates. If you don't know where to go in your area, contact the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. They have victim advocates on call, and they can tell you where to go in your area to get a victim advocate to help you so that you can leave safely. They will tell you where to go in your area so that you can get with a victim advocate that can help you develop a safety plan so that you and your kids can leave safely. Safety is the key. And of course, in the event of emergency, dial 911. Well, that is it for day 8 of 10 days, 10 warning signs and 10 scriptures. The 8th warning sign tonight is isolation. Isolation, that is the 8th warning sign. The scripture was Philippians 2:3, and I read from the Passion Translation. Remember to guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flow the issues of life. I'll see you back here tomorrow with another warning sign. Be blessed.